So a bit of bricolage going on here. We are customizing the van. We're putting in a secondary power source for when she's not plugged in, and
an internal power source.
Going to feed it in through there and up into the van. That's where the toilet normally goes, and connect a battery on the other side, which we haven't got yet. And and that will power it up when I'm off the grid, and keep her charged up.
So we're using some Wago clips.
Because
you just clip them in and away you go.
Away you go. That's what it is.
There you go.
Right.
Into a Wago box.
It's sorted. And here we have the finished product. Nice socket on the inside of the van to connect to the internal battery when it arrives. And that will give us power on the road without something to be plugged in to a main supply.
So we just drilled through this plywood wall here that goes from the toilet to the kitchen.
Yeah, there she is. Let's get a shot of that. Yeah. And then
down to through that shelf that's behind the toilet.
Yeah.
Which leads straight down to where the toilet cassette is. Long way. Access the outside socket.
Rolling.
Okay. So we have two 195 watt panels by EcoWorthy. They have a open circuit voltage of 24.5 volts each. That's important because the EcoFlow can take a maximum of 50 volts input like that. So combined, they fall just underneath that, which means that it's not going to short out when it's trying to charge. We have the negative from one connected to the positive of the other, and then the opposites connected to this cable. So we'll see if we're getting any kind of power. Oh, the truth before we do the work. 175, 190. Boom.
Don't know if I can see that.
219 watts. It can take 220. It can take a maximum of 220 watts. So that is fantastic.
That means it'll stop at 220.
It will cap it at 220 even if the panels are producing more.
Right.
But that means that in less favorable light conditions and in the winter, having the extra capacity on the panels will increase your odds of still being able to produce more power into the EcoFlow. So even if they're only performing at half, you'll still be getting 220 watts coming in. That's what we want.
I've been instructed to talk about how we secure the panels. So how we secure the panels is basically we bought these aluminium, we do it this way. We bought these aluminium strips here. Then we cut them to length and then we bolted them on, 3 bolts at the end, and they have a flat bit here that sits on the roofs. Now if I show you this one, it's a bit easier from up. And the flat bit then underneath has got adhesive tape, very strong industrial sort of tape that secures it to the roof. And we just cleaned it off with alcohol first, cleaned the roof off, and then stuck it down. So we're now sticking down the cable. We've got the 2 panels secured. For better or worse, they're down. We hope they'll stay there.
You're not going nowhere.
And we shall continue the installation. That there is the cable that we're making up. So there's 4 cables there. There's 2 for the existing solar panel that was already in the roof, and then 2 more for the new 2 panels that are joining the existing one. And they're going to go through a hole in the roof and then join up inside. So this should all work.
The reason we're doing this jerry rigging is because we couldn't find any suitable outdoor cable that was 2.5 mil cable that had 4 cores. We could only find 3 core, which is not suitable. So instead we're going to do this, and we're going to create a section which will be shielded. And that's the only section that's going to be outside. Everything else will be running through conduit or in a junction box.
There we've got the solar panels in place. They haven't moved overnight. There's the other one. Cabling. I'm going to put some more flashing on top of that. And the cabling is running over to the other side, where it is at the moment being joined and linked in, so it's going to go down through the existing glands there, down through the roof and inside, where we'll finish connecting it to the cable that's already there to bring it down to the control unit, and there we can plug it into the battery.
Very keen.
Okay, so this is where we're connecting our 4 cables into that new junction box, and then the other ones are going into the existing gland here and go down into the van, and we deal with it from the inside. And when we get this all finished, it's all going to look very tidy and pretty. We'll have the final step here, connecting the internal wiring up on top of the fridge, and
you can see where it runs up there into that little...
Oh, up at the back there, yeah, and up through the roof.
Yeah.
And you're using those cool fittings.
MC4 connectors.
MP4 connectors.
MC4.
MC4. Of course, MP4 is a file, isn't it?
So after installing that tap in there, the 16 amp plug.
Hi, Dada.
Hello.
This up a bit.
Hi there.
Can we put this up a bit?
No. After installing it, we went to check where the solar panel that's on the roof of the camper is coming in into the MPPT under there, which is then feeding the leisure battery and ideally the startup battery. And the controller was not showing the LEDs it was meant to show. And taking the logic of color coding of cables, Louis realized that the polarities had just been inverted, and so just had to pull them out, switch them, and then suddenly the solar panel was showing what it was meant to be showing, and now it seems like it might actually be charging the battery. So this whole endeavor may have been pointless,
Hi.
if only just to show that the solar panel had been wired wrong.
I can see the buttons. Yeah.
What buttons?
Those ones.
Oh yeah.
Take a video of me waving with that.
Oh yeah, there you go.
Moment of truth to see if anything flies off the van.